New York Fashion Week is underway, and as you can probably tell, I'm not paying active attention, but I am paying attention to what J.Crew has been up to. They cast normal, everyday people into their New York Fashion Week show. The age range of these models came between 13 to 72 years old. One was actually 7 months pregnant, and overall, the response was really lovely. And this is actually good for J.Crew because their sales had been slipping, so I think they definitely needed to do something to get themselves back into the conversation. This article comes from QZ.com, and overall they're saying the sentiment was that J.Crew is letting their customers know that this will look good on you too. This isn't only for high fashion models. So yeah, I think the looks were really cool, and I like this trend that we're seeing, Alonzo. I can tell. I like this trend that we're seeing of accessible fashion. But again, I'm head to toe in Dyke Target. So this is very on brand for me, Alonzo. I would love to hear your thoughts.
I just want to say screw J.Crew.
Okay.
Because I'm a normal person and I cannot buy off the rack in that store. Or frankly, in most stores nowadays, the awful Abercrombie and Fitch effect has taken over, where over a certain size, if you want to buy that on the internet, go right ahead, but get out of my store, fatty, is the subtext. Even Brooks Brothers. And Brooks Brothers was designed for stockbrokers who take 3 martini lunches and put ranch dressing on everything. And I'm not insanely large here.
So maybe this is the trend that they're trying to move away from for this coming season.
Yeah, but you know what? These people at this fashion week were not. I'm sorry. They were the tiniest bit
all right,
past
can we
model.
throw up some pictures of some of these models?
These are
okay. That's fair.
They said a lot of them were employees, right? Employees and then friends of the employees.
Hey, the guy on the left.
The guy that has a beard. That's it. He is skinny. I'm sorry, or at least he's not. He ain't me.
All right,
so what Alonzo's point is, and I get it because I've been on this whole health kick. I've lost 30 pounds in the last 2 months probably.
Congratulations.
I was not able to walk into a Top Shop at H&M or anywhere to buy anything because an XL now is like a large. And it's like that in America. It's always been like that in Europe, but now, what a regular guy is, a man's man, a guy's guy who wears a 38, between a 38 I would say and maybe a 42, 44 at the most. If you want to say whatever the average size is us here.
Yeah.
Not the guys that you see oiled up with 6 packs. Let me tell you something. It's winter boot season. Fall is coming. They're going to get cold at night, and they need us to keep warm. And that's the point of everything,
and so we can shop off the rack at Target, but not at J.Crew.
all day long,
I can't even move around the J.Crew store at the Grove because the aisles are so damn narrow.
You know why Gap is going out of business? Is because they started neglecting people like us.
All right.
I'm genuinely shocked at this reaction. I thought that this was a body positive panel.
No.
What it is.
We are body positive, more so than J.Crew is what I'm saying. And I'll tell you, if you want to talk about people who went out there and did something interesting for Fashion Week, a label called Chromat, CHROMAT, they opened and closed their shows with trans models. They had a woman who was an amputee who lost a leg to toxic shock syndrome walking in their show for the 2nd year in a row. That is some edgy Fashion Week shit. You're size 6 plus size models. I'm sorry, J.Crew. Not good enough. Your stores aren't good enough.
Okay.
Carry my fucking size.
So moving away.
And the clothes suck.
No, I love the clothes. I can't. I just want something that'll fit me.
I was going to say, I feel like you would love J.Crew a lot.
I do, but they don't love me back.
Okay, so moving away from the size issue, what do you guys feel about the age representation that J.Crew had on display? Again, they had models from 13 to 72. They had a pregnant woman. Is that a step in the right direction?
Sure.
For the model industry, it was great. It was a great, outlook, and you got Ashley Graham, I believe her name is, who are bringing the plus size models in. So
given how tiny the box is in the world of fashion, it's very easy to get outside of the box.
Right. Okay.
So yes, they did at least. They weren't all like 17-year-old Estonian, anorexics, but they've got a long way to go.
And they still picked, in Alonzo's defense, of what he's saying is they still picked every employee and people that they've picked were still that same size that they sell to.
Yes.
So no matter what they look like, why didn't they call Alonzo? Because my homie Alonzo would have been there walking down that.
That's right. But I had to go to jcrew.com if I wanted to find any shit that's going to fit me.
He couldn't go to Fashion Week.
All right, so what are some brands that you feel are doing a good job of representing plus sizes or sizes that you don't typically see that are not Target? Not that there's
Destination
anything
XL?
wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Do you think that there
Rochester Big and Tall.
Are there any, are there any high fashion brands that we're seeing have shows at New York Fashion Week that are doing a good job if J.Crew isn't cutting it?
I don't think so. I think this is a thing that it's only been getting worse, and I'm hoping at some point the pendulum is going to swing back. But seriously, Abercrombie & Fitch sort of spearheaded this thing of like, we're only going to carry up to a certain size, and then beyond that we'll have it available online, but we really want our traffic in the store to be, like younger people who have under a 35 waist or something. And then that has bled out, and because the A&F is sort of notoriously body fascistic, but seriously, fucking Brooks Brothers, I cannot get stuff in my size. I don't think I'm that much of a troglodyte, I ain't skinny, but I'm fairly average, I think, as sizes go, and I gotta buy stuff off the internet.
No, you're right. I went to, I've gone shopping a lot of times, and a lot of places stop at a 38. And I used to be a 42, so I could never get anything in stores. Or you have to go to like the Nordstrom Racks and these places, but then they're 40, again, they're 40s and 42s, they're high-end brands, and they fit like a 38, a 37. Like
I'm at a weird pivot point where
cut.
like if I find anything on the rack at like a Macy's or something like that, it's going to be like the highest size they carry,
right?
And they'll have very few of them, and like somebody, my joke used to be Drew Carey's assistant comes and gets it all, but I think now maybe it's Kevin James's.
Yeah.
But then I'm on the super low end if I go to a Big and Tall store.
Yeah.
Like I'm barely making the cut to even wear any of that stuff because it's even in larger sizes. Right. So, I can't be alone here in this sort of void between the two, stores.
And then you have a problem where it comes to like dress shirts, where you buy a dress shirt, and this happened to me so many times. I'll buy, 17 and a half neck or 17, like 34, 35, but then I missed a little slim fit. Button on there.
Athletic
I
cut.
didn't want a slim fit.
That is
cut.
some bullshit.
Do I look slim?
And then, and also with dress shirts, like if you got a neck that fits you, but then it's too long, or the sleeves are too long, but then when the sleeves are right, the next it's a nightmare. I know women have a horrible time with sizes and all that crap, but it's not easier for men either.
I was going to say, as a woman, this is a really interesting conversation to sort of, listen to, because we talk a lot about body shaming, body positivity within the fashion industry for women, and the unreal standard that women are held to of beauty and body weight for women in fashion, but you never hear about how it affects men and how this, again, New York Fashion Week is a great time to talk about it because we are seeing more than just women's clothes. There are a lot of men's shows on display, and also, J.Crew is for men and women. And when I was thinking about this story that we were covering it today, it didn't ever occur to me that you guys would have a problem with it. I genuinely thought that we'd be like, this is amazing, good for them, we're all happy. And I really appreciate you guys
bringing up. This is a half step in the right direction from J.Crew.
I didn't know that guys, struggled with this sort of thing. But of course, if you want to buy luxury brands, you want to look good, and you want to make sure that these brands are making room for you.
And I'll tell you, as a gay man, the gay media is super body oppressive when it comes to like showing what images of men are. But I think straight guys have it just as bad now too, because I can't go to the grocery store without getting Men's Fitness in my face, and it's like no one has that body. Nobody, not even that guy on the cover.
Not even you, John Krasinski. That's not your body. We know it.
Cover, like that's got to be a special effect, So we're all in the same boat.
Young Turks membership is awesome.
Says who?
Says me.
You got the right one, honey, because I'm a crazy bitch.
Okay, well, that's true as well. So become a member at tytnetwork.com/join.